Plug my people. If you don't plug, you don't connect.
This song is
yeah, boo boo, yeah, boo, yeah, boo boo, yeah, boo, yeah, boo boo, yeah, 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 boo boo, yeah, boo, yeah, boo boo. Yeah, boo. Yeah, boo boo. Yeah, boo. Yeah, boo boo.
This song is
yeah, boo boo. Yeah, boo. Yeah, boo boo. Yeah, boo. Yeah, boo boo. Yeah, 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 boo.
Action. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new week, it's a new episode. It's your PMP, and I'm your host, Sean Q. I'm not alone, I'm with my lady
Stormy, and you know what, guys, if you don't plug, doesn't connect.
There we go. Yo, man, we had a long week. We've been seeing a lot of things happening in Johannesburg. We've been seeing the roads being busy. Everyone is just up and down. Why? But where we need to start actually is Stormy. How's your week?
My week was fine. My week was busy. Like as you said it yourself, yes, and there's a lot happening up in Jozi. And officially, as always, South Africa is a movie. Give me, like, I feel like I need a brand new topic, man, because you see, South Africa is a movie. I feel like everyone knows it by now. But the way in which it's guys, we just can't help but to come back and address. Because wow, if we don't say it, who will?
Who will?
Who
will?
Yo, bro, like this morning, today, we see Sakhuluma nje. Today, the November 23rd. There was a hijacked building upper A Houghton which was found with a lot of drugs. A lot meaning more than R1 million worth of drugs. Which is apparently what they found inside the building was cocaine and dacha. So man, it's many men. It's on top of the other.
Is it an abandoned building?
Yeah, it's a hijacked building.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of them hijacked buildings just outside of Johannesburg. Up in Houghton. Not that far from Johannesburg.
Not even far,
yeah.
bro. Alright. Oh, my week.
That was your week. Yeah, getting there.
Ah, man. I had a good week. More than anything, it's just the weather was a bit, but we had a good week. Closing off the week, my feet. We had an issue at work. Like, hey, these guys, I don't know, man. Like, are people still like charging cables at this age? Like, hey, man. So what happened was, the guys basically like just stole like a big portion of a cable there at work. So now we're like down with electricity, and hey man, I'm an internet guy. So if I don't have access to internet, I go a bit crazy. And at this moment, I don't have access to internet, guys. But it's something that I will work on, and then that. But yeah, that was a bit, Further than that, Joburg, hey man, Joburg did a lot of things, but I think the most important thing that has to be on everyone's mind right now, it has to be the G20.
Of course.
Has to be the G20. It's still happening, right?
Yeah, it is happening. Today is the second day.
The second day.
Yeah, of the G20.
And you know what? So, man, I could tell that something was happening. Even if I didn't know it was G, like even if you someone and you didn't know that the G20 is happening, you still could tell that something is happening because like not only this week, but like I think from Friday, I saw a lot of helicopters, planes, the air was just all busy and stuff. So like you could tell that something is happening.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I didn't have access to watch it. So did you watch or did you catch anything going on?
We
there?
did watch some of it. They were speaking about the unemployment rates and stuff like that. And as always, South Africa is leading amongst the other countries that are there. Like the typical things that we speak about on the G20.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They say that they're coming up with some strategies on how to improve the economy of South Africa and this and that. But we have heard these promises, and everything, young Tola. So I just feel like, man, we're gonna just have to wait and see. And at this stage, I don't want us to be the ones who are gonna speak about it, but let us just be the people who are gonna see and try to hold them to their promise and be like, do you remember that you said 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? And right now, after the G20, I wanna just see there's prior to the G20, of course, they're advocating and bringing about their statements, and closer to the G20, we saw them starting to implement whatever statements that they were saying that they were going to do.
Yeah.
Like Ramaphosa said that he was going to clean up Johannesburg, and then that's when we saw, the hijacked buildings going to, get closed down or going to be raided and stuff like that. That is only something that we started to see now that we're approaching the G20. But we've had abandoned buildings in Johannesburg since 2010. Zikhona, you understand, like that but we're only seeing action now that the G20 has arrived, now that the G20 is arriving. So I feel like for me, I want to see if ever like the leaders are willing, if ever the leaders are going to keep their promises and not only let this whole thing be about 2 days. You understand? Yeah. Because yes, they can go to this abandoned building today and then they raid it and then they take whatever they take. But then tomorrow those people, they're still going to buy those exact same drugs to still put in that exact same building, knowing it's okay, today they came, tomorrow they're not going to come back. You understand? I'm sure most drug lords realize this right now. After this G20, but going back, you understand? Yeah. So that's what I fear. I feel like us as normal South Africans right now, I feel like we are afraid of that. What's going to happen after the G20? Are we still going to be a priority the same way that we're seeing, police convoys driving around Johannesburg to ensure our safety? Is that something that we're still going to get after the G20?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. You guys let us know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do you think that this will keep up even after the G20? Will we still see whatever is happening now? Will we still be able to see it? Or will it improve? Like, I think the most important thing is for them to actually like really come through and improve and actually keep their promises. But then politics will stay politics, man. Politics will stay politics. And it's kind of very, very difficult to see an entire cleanup in the city, because the people that's running the dirt, the abandoned buildings, the hijacked buildings, they
like it like that.
Yeah, and there are people like they are in very, very powerful positions, and they contact and in charge with very powerful people. So it's a very, very difficult one, man. I don't know how far they're gonna get, but I mean, we can only
have to see.
Yeah, and we hope for the best.
Yeah.
We just hope for the best, man.
Yes, before I forget. So there was this GBV campaign that was happening on Friday. Okay, it's been happening actually. Women for Change, exactly. But like on Friday was the official protest. So like obviously I'm sure you've seen the purple DPs, and everything and status and whatever, So on Friday the 21st of November, that's when we had the official protest that was happening. The women were marching, to up and down Johannesburg, bringing change, GBV, bringing awareness and everything around that specific topic, right? So there was one particular girl who stood out. It has to be. We have to have that one person who's gonna ruin such a beautiful movement. I feel like the movement itself was powerful, the movement itself was beautiful, and I feel like it is something that we did need, or something that we do need, not only for this like one specific event, but we might need more of it, not only for women, because GBV is going both ways nowadays. I'm told she said that they're not gonna go and speak about it and be like, hey, I'm going through this in the hands of this woman. I'm told that's how I feel, but I'm not gonna dwell on that for now. I'm coming back to that. So there was this lady, this young female who was there at this gender-based violence protest.
Okay.
And then she held up a very, very disturbing poster. I think disturbing would be the best word to use as a description right now. Disturbing poster that said all men should die. And I feel like that was not part of the GBV motive or intentions, or that was not part of those are not part of the intentions. It's not to spread hate to the other gender, no, but it's to bring awareness about the problem that we're currently facing right now. The girl's like, all men should die. So I obviously social media is dragging her through the mud and everywhere in between. People are mad, people are livid, and I feel like they do have a reason to be. So like not only are men speaking out, but also women are also speaking out and calling out the girl and be like, nah dog, this was not the agenda for the meeting, And then came out another picture. I don't know, I feel like I'm giving props to the cameraman who took this picture right here and leaked it, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't know. So came out the picture whereby this girl was sitting in the park and she was smoking on some big puffs. Prior to her going to post that poster with all men should die. Prior to the protest, she was pulling on some heavy puffs out there. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like that's crazy.
I'll call it a march, right?
Yeah, it's march. It was a march.
Okay. So the march, was it women and men, or was it only women?
I feel like it was mostly women, but obviously there were men. I feel like yes, there were men obviously supporting the movement, but obviously the main dominants are gonna be the ladies. The ladies were there in their numbers, which is a big shout out to you guys. Honestly, I feel like the work that you guys are trying to achieve is beautiful. The awareness that you guys are trying to reach and to give education to other people, that is beautiful. Even though we do have those one or two characters who are taking things out of control.
Hey, do you think through this much, like a lot of people are actually now gonna be aware of this whole thing, or I don't know? Do you think people knew about this thing, but it was just a matter of someone or some people taking action and actually taking it to the street and involving everyone? Do you think that more people are actually gonna engage in this movement, I guess,
I feel like yes, more people are going to engage in the movement and stuff like that, but I am worried because Dala siyaz lento le. Uyangithola Dala sicula even noloyiso uze wakhipha le ngoma Dala sicula lento le. Dala sisho we've been seeing this happening. Uyangithola, we've been seeing this happening for the longest of time. So I feel like yes, we did need that one person or those two people or those few individuals who came together and then they decided right now, I feel like a march is going to be appropriate. I feel like some sort of action needs to be done. Because we can't go and kill the men, So I feel like that march, I feel like that's what they just needed so that it can be like a voice. Voice, an indication that the ladies are fed up, but without it needing to lead to destruction and other foul things that we can find. So it wasn't like a protest whereby they're going and wrecking everything. No, it was a peaceful protest, the kind of just to raise the awareness. But I feel like abantu vele dala siyazi ukuthi abantu bayabulawa la South Africa. Dala siyazi ukuthi GBV ikhona, but I feel like maybe we had gotten to a point whereby sesikhathele. How many more of our sisters are we gonna bury in the hands of a man? How many more of our brothers are we gonna bury in the hands of a woman? Because GBV goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
So that's one thing that I also feel like I really want to bring about as a topic, because yes, as women we are taken more seriously. Yes, must be my poison sisho ukuthi hey na indoda yangishaya lapha endlini mfethu angisazi ngenze njani yangithola. But if a guy can go to police station and be like hey nangu nomfazi lofuna ungibulala lapha endlini, you know, the first question that they're going to ask you is what did you do? As a man, what did you do? But if a woman goes to a police station and be like, hey, bruh, this guy is trying to kill me, they're not even going to ask twice. They're going to go and lock that guy up.
Yeah.
You understand? But even when it comes to cases like rape and stuff like that, it's rare. If you look at the statistics, I'm not saying that men don't get raped like South Africa. No, they do. But then more females are able or are more free to go and report the fact that I've been, you know, I've been violated. Yeah, but then for a guy who's a figure upon a police station, I would hey, there's this woman here who violated me and I didn't like it. That's what wrong about it, bruv. Like, is everything fine with you? You understand?
Oh man, which is super wrong, man. I think it's super wrong because now it's putting men in a position that they won't come out and they won't report. You know, they won't report these cases because now they're going to be feeling ashamed of, you know, being mocked and, you know, which really, you know, could kill a man's ego, if I might, you know, say. Because, yeah, us men, we have egos, man, you know. And I just think, like, everyone should be treated equally. True. You know, I mean, abuse is abuse, rape is rape, whether it happens to any, to female or male, I mean, it's still the same thing. So, man, I think this is a situation that we really need to take serious as a country. And if this gender-based violence thing didn't do enough, I don't know what's going to do enough. Because this thing was everywhere, like it was trending. Yeah. I saw, hey man, like on Facebook, TikTok, it was just purple profile pictures left and right. So,
worldwide.
Yeah, so I think we're moving in the right direction when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I think we're really moving in the right direction. Guys! Guys, please don't forget, like, subscribe. You know how it goes. Okay, let's go.
Okay. I just wanted to like bring this up because it's already. I was laughing. I was in stitches, bro. So they said, let me first start with this one. Learn how to behave when we have visitors around.
Who said that?
I'm getting into that. So this is so funny. So yesterday there was the first it was the first day of the G20, right?
Yeah.
And then we found ama labanda Dudula. They were dressed in their Dudula t-shirts and everything, and they were picketing Lapana outside in Nazareth, right? So while the G20 is happening on the inside, they are outside Lapana holding their posters and trying to, like, you know, have a mini riot, you know. Did the police not come there with pepper spray, homeboy? Oh. Did the police not show up with pepper spray? They pepper spray these guys, bruh. These Dudula people pepper spray them. They were sitting in their cars crying, bro. This one lady was trending on social media. She was removing her eyelashes. That's how bad. I think she's the leader of the Dudula, if I'm not mistaken. Right? She was one of the leaders of this Dudula thing, who, you know, organized that people should go to Nazareth, Lapana. And like, okay, I feel like their cause was not a bad cause, because like they were fighting Guti, they should tighten up the borders. Which is not a bad thing. But I feel like the way in which they went about it, it's like they waited for this meeting to start and be like, yeah, we're gonna show you today.
They wanted to grab the attention.
They did want to grab their attention, but did that wheel not turn and backfire on them? So like, yeah, that was the leading, like that was the trending thing yesterday, like after the G20 or during the G20, like, we're gonna teach you how to behave when you've got guests. I'm like, I did not see this. It's a movie, bruh.
But, you know, I have one question. Yeah. I haven't really, like, followed up on this G20. But how beneficial is this thing for South Africa? Like,
Mr. Frisco,
what can we expect out of this thing, of G20? Like, what is it that's put there for South Africa? Like, because, okay, countries are coming together, they're having this meeting or whatever. What are they talking about? What is the main goal? Is it to get us all to work together? Is it to better South Africa? What is it?
I feel like it's to better all of the countries, unitedly.
Okay.
That I feel like that is their mission. United.
Yeah.
You know, we stand together and we shall build something. Yeah, like trading type vibe. But interlinking ama trading routes, like what do I have that I can offer you as a country?
Okay.
What do you have that you can offer me?
Yeah.
And then together, what can we build?
Oh,
you see?
Okay.
Can I say something?
Yes, Mr. Frisco, add that sauce.
Look, G20 is basically very in terms of economics, tradings, and making sure there are like diplomatic relations between the country that's hosting the G20 and the rest of the other countries who are part of the G20. Of course, it started in Brazil last year, and then in South Africa we given the key by the president of Brazil to host this year. Then this year it was given us so that we can hand over the key to the empty seat. So what's in the email is key. They're only gonna get I would say a replica of the key, not the original. In order for them to get the original,
they have to come here.
I'm just joking, guys. But like all in all, it's all about that. Like G20, I feel like it's all about interconnecting everybody. Because for you to hand me a key, it shows it's relations that are taking place.
Yeah, it is.
So man, it was a good thing for South Africa to actually host it, even though most of the youth don't know about it or people don't know about it. Of which I felt like people should have known about it.
Everybody should have known.
It should have been like G20 was supposed to be like an event packed week. Like there should have been entertainment. There should have been not only politics and economics and all that.
Involve everyone.
Involve everybody. So that's why it was supposed to happen that way. But unfortunately, next time maybe in the US, we don't know, because they're hosting it in Miami next year. So
I heard Trump saying something.
They're hosting it in Miami.
Yeah, I think there is for like small businesses and media and everything. There was one that I've attended.
Yes.
That one, it was for the kings and actually it was for women. Women, yes, because it was yes, it was hosted by UN.
Yes.
So there's B20, there's G20. I don't know anybody bizarre, but amakandelo maninzi. So it's not only G20. Only G20 as for countries only, even small businesses and but that one it's not like
as prominent.
As the G20.
That's the one that took place in us yesterday.
Yes.
So it's all about that. And one thing I wanted to add would be tourism. We should talk about tourism. G20, they are first-time tourists who came to South Africa, so it brought that as well. There are people. Of course, remember we went to the museum and we saw Wuti on the list. There were people from Spain
exactly.
who were in the museum to check it out. So even G20 brought a lot of people in the country, so we know now Wuti in the next month there will be people coming in from other countries.
Especially now it's festive season, so it makes sense. It does make sense.
Speaking of festive season, Aisha, angazi ukuthi ngiyamzwela or angazi, but I feel somehow because Sheebashkt, they denied that nigga bail, bruh. He ain't going nowhere. Festive December inside. So for those who are for those who are hoping and praying to see Sheebashkt outside this December, it ain't gonna happen, child. It ain't gonna happen because he's facing 3 counts of attempted murder. So and he's been to jail before. So because of that, people feel like he's a risk to society. And to be honest, I feel like through his music, he does make nice music. We all like Sheebasht's music, but then it's the violence. Yes, the violence that is associated with it. Also, it's not only for him as a superstar, there's people who look up to him as a role model. There's people who look up to Sheebashkt as a role model, and for him, Uguti Abe a promoter violence, Uguti almost each and every week or each and every other time, whenever there's a headline Sheebashkt, it's usually something violent, So I feel like he had a second chance. He had been given a second chance that most people pray for in life, and he still decided to just take it. And
I just blew it.
I don't know, but personally, I feel like it's many men. I mean, like, yes, we did give a brother a chance. He got the second chance, but he still didn't do anything useful with it. So I mean, how many more chances are we gonna give him until he kills someone? Is that what we're waiting for?
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing is as well. If ever he has attempted to kill 3 different people prior to this, you see, like the numbers are stacking up on him, and I feel like he deserves what he's getting. To be honest.
Hey man, I just think I think as young successful men in South Africa, whether it's black, white, colored, whatever, I just think like when you're on that journey of becoming successful or when you've reached the success, I think man it also has to do with people that you're surrounded with, you know, and how they advise you and how good you listen to them, you know, because I think Sheebashkt, there was many mentors, many Amakhotmani that reached out to him telling him that, yo man, you getting this bag, but like, you know, what you're doing is jeopardizing this bag we're getting. So I just wish, man, like...
You're taking a different route.
Yeah, man, you know, I mean, you know, the guy is super talented, he was doing great things, he had like great, super great like cakes coming for him and everyone wanted him on stage. You know, it's just a pity that he got what he deserves, like this.
But sometimes is in South Africa, so I know after 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, he's still gonna come and well the stages. He's still gonna come and rock the stages.
The support will still be there.
Yeah, that's one thing we know. South Africa's gonna love you till the end. You know that we see this G20 thingy, you know, we see that the police are out in the streets, man. Joburg is looking clean, but it's really not safe. I'm told, and I wanna say this firsthand because I just had like I just had a very nice wake up call, bro. Like, recently. So you saw, like, before I graduated and everything, so I was getting ready for my graduation, and then Boy Meets Cotton came by with my outfit for the graduation. I'm told, and big shout out to him because I look fly. Anyway. He came, and then the day before my graduation, right? So since it's Siambega, so I had to do some alterations on my outfit, so it kind of took time. So it was 20 to 9, young Tola. Siambega Lapana, in my taxi, not even far, maybe like 2 streets away from like where I live, young Tola.
Which taxi? MTN or?
Yeah, it was a local taxi from Hillbrook going past MTN, young Tola, 20 to 9. Okay, Lapana ngase claims to Umbega. Masichiga, we're coming back, bruh. Going back home, young Tola. There's a whole group of guys. So I just thought like maybe, you know, strong people or they're coming from work or something along those lines. Like, just a group, like of just guys walking around randomly. Young Swalla dressed in all black. I'm like, maybe they're coming from work. I didn't think much of it. Homeboy is like, baba. So we're going up in this direction. The guys are coming in the opposite direction like this. And then they start moving towards us. And then this guy is like, why can't there something wrong here? And then one of the guys starts taking out something from this pocket. Did my homeboy over here not tell me to run? It's like, Stormy, run. But it was like a movie, you know, like those crazy comedic videos that you just see, run. You know, it was like that. Homeboy, shiny chiga, saki chima, bra. Here's where it happened, like this corner, and I live here. I could see my house. I could see my house. When this happened, I could see my house. I'm like, oh my god. So we're really not safe in the streets of Joburg, near so. And not only us, now go Mr. Frisco. Mr. Frisco, please share your experience, bro.
Guys, why you wanna put me on blast now?
Like, I want people to see, like when we say Joburg is not safe, to what extent?
I mean, very it's not safe. I mean, shit, I was held at gunpoint, you know. They took my bag. I was coming from the gym, you know. Nakoda, it was crazy. It's like 1 p.m., bro. Like
1 p.m.
You know, okay, yes, it was raining, so there was the contrast to the weather.
Yeah.
You know, so as I was running, I ended up stopping somewhere because I felt like, you know, I was gonna get wet all over, you know, my phone might, you know, get wet as well. So I was trying to protect it using my phone, using my bag because it was in the towel. I wrapped it up in my towel. Unbeknownst to me, someone pulls up behind me, you know, with the gun on my neck. You know, as I turned Veleg, there's a person there says like, give me your bag and everything. So I didn't hesitate, just gave that person and they took off, man. So yeah, man, it could happen to anybody, anytime, at any given moment. So
man,
be careful.
I just want to ask, Mr. Frisco, do you feel like those guys maybe like they tailed you from the gym? Because why would they come and specifically ask for only your bag? They didn't search you for anything, you know. Why would they come and specifically ask for that bag where you had put your phone? I feel like somebody who did tail you from the gym or someone who saw you.
Yeah, I feel like it's somebody that knows me because I've been going to the gym there. So like frequently I use the same route, yeah, because I feel like it's the easiest way, yeah. So at that day, Valerie, I didn't know, but like I felt like, you know what, it's a good thing what it happened, because if it didn't happen, maybe I could have been clumsy, you know, maybe I could have still been using the same routes.
Yeah, he's now more aware now.
And maybe the worst could have happened. So yeah, man, I'm glad they took the phone and not my life. So yeah.
Yeah. Yo.
Man, man, I feel like now we just need to be aware, guys, of like just where you go, where you walk, because these things, they happen anyway. They can happen in Sandton, they can happen in Randburg. In Sandton it happens with cars because they jump over the car, take your bag in the car, gone. You see. So yeah, hey, let's be aware of what's going on in the surroundings, where we're walking. Who do you talk to? You know, there's sometimes you can talk to someone, you know, it's just an investigator trying to find some information. So things are like super crazy. And you know what, Frisco, that day, I remember that day because I remember I was texting this guy, I called this guy, and I'm like, nah, man.
This is not like Frisco. Yeah, it's not like Frisco.
I'm like contacting Onine, contacting stuff, like, what the hell is going on, Frisco? And we're trying to get a hold of this guy, and we just can't get a hold of him. To the point where we're like, yeah, we don't know what to do now. Now we don't know what to do. And it was super crazy.
I'm just glad you saved me.
Yeah. It was like super crazy that day. But then, yeah, we got the news. And hey, I'm sorry, my brother. I was supposed to check the emails because I saw on the last minute that you actually, okay, well, they told me, then I checked. And that's when I saw that you actually sent an email to explain what was happening. So yeah, man. But we just glad that, man, you're still alive and you're still with us and we're still pushing, you know. But yeah, hey, Buffett, yeah, let's be safe out there.
Yeah.
Let's be safe.
Especially with this December and the festive, guys, okay, so please be safe out there. Be sure, or at least travel with some sort of pepper spray now and so that if they're trying their funny business out there, you get them first.
Yeah. And then the king, who's the king that got married?
King Misuzulu.
King Misuzulu got married, right?
Yeah. So apparently King Misuzulu got married to his new beloved wife.
Okay.
Miss Mieni. She's no longer Miss Mieni.
Mrs. Yeah, Mrs.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there. Celebrities came up, you know. Even I heard that Julius Malema.
I saw Julius. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
Yes, I heard that he came and he left 2 crowds, right?
2 cows.
2 crowds, like
2 bulls.
Yeah,
2 bulls.
Imagine.
Wow, that's crazy.
Not even in Omunji.
A bull. Yeah. Oh my lord.
Yeah, so like that was good, and yeah, man, I feel like we should. You know what? It's crazy because we don't cover a lot of weddings nowadays because there isn't any hard, you know. So for us to cover this is special. For me, I feel like it's a good thing, you know. People are still getting married out there. They still want to commit. So yeah, especially our king. If our king is doing this, he's showing the next generation how to do things. You know? So it's a good thing on his behalf as well, you know. And we wish them nothing but the best. And may God and the ancestors bless them.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I just wanna, my lord. So I wanna just speak a little bit because this thing was like super crazy. Who's this gentleman that planned his own? Well, allegedly, so they say. I don't know how true this thing is, but like from the look of things, because I saw the picture of the car, and you check like bruh, there was like what 32 bullets. And 40, how they shot like but
what's his name?
Brown.
Man, there's just too much going on with that guy.
Homeboy has a lot of stories, man. Homeboy has a lot of stories. Apparently, he was sending WhatsApp messages, acting as if he's the chief of staff, using 2 phones. He has a lot of stories, man, and I feel like some of them are just not credible to an extent. Personally, that's how I feel. I feel like I don't have to be, the most genius lawyer for me to just tell homeboy is cooking in the kitchen.
And can I also add one thing? There's an alleged suspicion put out there by Brown Mohoti himself, alleging Guti, the king himself, Zulu, works hand in hand with the Central Intelligence Agencies, known as the CIA, the American agency. So, like, there's a lot of controversy when it comes to Brown Mohoti, with all the allegations going on and whatnot.
It's too much, man.
So yeah, man. Let's just hope Guti doesn't fake his death.
I mean, apparently even Home Affairs got his date of birth wrong. So, hey, I promise you, say that his date of birth is like 2 years younger than he is. So yeah, he was actually 15, not 13 when
working for the Secret Service under Mandela's regime. That's what he says allegedly. So yeah, but we're gonna focus more.
Yeah. And then to close down, I also saw, hey man, the guy went and apparently, the John Wick story that was going on at some point in Mamelodi.
Yeah.
So this guy came out and said actually Ket Matlala. He said Ket Matlala is actually the person behind this John Wick.
He is
allegedly.
Allegedly. Ket Matlala is John Wick.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot going on with that guy and with all his stories. But man, let's hope that everything is gonna reveal itself in time. We'll see. And then I also watched a podcast of who's this gentleman by the EFF, Dr. Ndlozi. He's the host on the podcast. Oh man, wonderful podcast. I watched him and Thabo Mbeki actually get into it, and he asked a very interesting question. So he was asking Thabo Mbeki that at the time that he was still in the president, what did they do to secure the future of the youth at that time, basically. And Thabo Mbeki was like, unfortunately, we had no plans for the future. Yeah. We had no plans for the youth because we were so stuck up in what was happening at that time.
Yeah.
So all we had at that time, we were thinking about how we're going to fix this, but we never had the thought of, should this be fixed, what's next?
Ooh.
Which, and I feel like we're still kind of seeing that.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of still seeing that, you know? And then when you check what the governance of the ANC within this 30 years that they've been in power, if you check the first 15 years, you actually see improvement.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you check the first 15 years that the ANC is in power, there was improvement. Services were actually in place. Things were coming. Until
it stopped.
Until I don't know.
Until it just got stagnant.
Yeah. So, and then when you look at the last 15 years, that's just where like everything just went chaotic.
Not only did it not improve anymore Kulio last 15 years, but it started declining. A very sharp, rapid decline.
And on that podcast, Thabo Mbeki was asked, why is that? Why does he think is that? And he said something very, very interesting. I was looking at it, I'm like, Okay, I don't know, but you know, it kind of like when you look at it, it would make sense. So he was saying that the reason why everything was going accordingly the first 15 years is because there were real ANC people that were in charge, you see. So he says what happened was after that 15 years, there were people who claimed that they're part of the ANC, you know, like spies type of a thing. And because they wanted to destroy the ANC, they couldn't destroy the ANC from the outside. So they had to be inside, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how it happened that the ANC declined so much now. That's why we're seeing all these things we see now within the ANC, because they try to destroy the ANC from the inside, you know? And I looked at it, I was like,
it's working.
Okay, yeah, you know,
they're doing it.
Yeah, it looks very, and as that goes by, I'm thinking that I hope actually that next year with the elections and things will actually really, you know, better, and the youth will really be involved with the voting and everything. Yeah, that was just my thought, man. My 2 cents on the table.
Yeah, okay, I hear them 2 cents. It's many men. But anyway, guys, in international news, 315 children were kidnapped from a Christian school in Nigeria. 315 today, as we're speaking. Today, what is today's date actually? The 23rd of November. Yeah, on the 23rd of November, 315 school children were abducted from a Christian school in Nigeria. And I feel like that is just crazy, especially because, like, obviously, I feel like Nigeria, because like really they're split into 2, Muslims and Christians and stuff like that. So that is just so scary to realize. It's so scary to see, and it just has me thinking. I'm like, is it Boko Haram again, or what is happening? Like, why? You know, it's scary because it's like one of the biggest abductions that has happened in Nigeria till date. So it is so scary to just realize or to see. It's science, you know, with all of the war that's happening, and even man, just say we civil war, 40 pairs work, it's a lot, man.
It is, man. And then also just that happened like this week, just to top off some things. How that these, I don't want to talk about a bit of the Palestinians thing, because okay, on some sources say it's 160, some sources say it's 150 something Palestinians that came with no papers, no one knew what's going on, and they came and they got access to the country and they were welcomed by the president. Our president was like, nah, let them in. I don't know why they went from Palestine to here. They skipped like how many countries did they skip? So for them to be here and then we accept it. But I also think it's a political type of a move that's going on there. But I think it's a political thing that's going on there. But for the fact that they came and they didn't have the proper documents and our president just allowed them in, that was like,
I don't think he had a choice, to be honest, because it's like, you know, I don't think he had a choice, even if he didn't know, you know, regardless of him knowing or not knowing, right? And the fact that they're already here, you know, and then we all know that there's a war going on back there as well. So we had no choice but to allow them to seek refuge here, whether they had the papers or not. Yeah, well, that's why they put them on that the 90-day visa, you know, that kind of vibe. And also with the G20 happening, the president obviously cannot afford any bad publicity on his end.
Can I touch base on
Yes, Mr. Frisco, yes.
Those people should be coming here. Reason why South Africa has had a diplomatic relation with Israel and you know, Palestine. But now the problem is with the Palestine and Israel war going on, you know, so those people have been needing our aid. And we've been getting them aid, right? Especially, remember when the flotilla, if I'm not mistaken, a month back, when some of our South African people, including Mandla Mandela, went there to provide aid to those who were in need of it. So I think there was also part of the deal that if there are people who want to escape and start a new life in a new country, they are allowed to come in, you know, regardless of G20 and whatnot. Because South Africa is the one country that actually declared a genocide on Palestine. We are the ones in the whole world, the courts. Yes, we are the ones who declared a genocide because other courts in other countries were scared to participate. In relations of that war. Hence, that's why in America, I believe, we are at war with them because they go hand in hand with the Israelites, you know, and we go in hand with the Palestinians. It's more of that, you know. That's why now they're creating this propaganda of genocide in South Africa. It's more of, I think it's more of a thrown back stone thing. So,
maybe that's why Donald Trump didn't come to the G20. Who knows?
And
apparently he said that South Africa is no longer part of the Gs. So I'm just really psyched to see that, you know, since next year, the G20 is going to be hosted in the United States of America.
Allegedly, because they haven't been handed the key.
Oh yes, because they have not yet been handed the key. How are they gonna get the key when Trump isn't here?
He was so confident that they hosted.
Yeah, he was though. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna just see how things are gonna pan out. But we all know, Wuti, you know, hey, it's wild, man. It's going crazy. I don't know, man. But we're gonna see what is going to and on.
Hey, super crazy. Now, I guess we have to move to and check what's happening with the entertainment world because that's going super crazy, especially in the hip hop world. Like, it's super crazy. I've been checking out like some new people that's been dropping albums, but before that, I just want to talk about. I watched Mugs on the El Chido podcast. Oh man, what a great episode! So, if ever you are a Mugs fan, I know Mugs hasn't released like music and albums and stuff like that, but it's always been on features. I'm a big Mugs fan, so Mugs and Lance had it out on the podcast, and they promised Mugs fans that Mugs will be releasing his debut album by feature.
Okay.
It's coming on the DSPs. Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
So it's coming, man. Because I've been checking like for a long time. I've been checking Mugs' music, and I have like, you know, there's nothing really solid on Mugs. And Mugs is one of the greatest lyrics in South Africa, bro. At this point, like Nana has worked regardless, you know. So shout out to Mugs for that. And then, yo, we got Shane Eagle dropped. We got Stocky T still dropping. We got K Kid dropped. We got who's Franco
Ocean.
Frank Casino.
Frank Casino's
back.
He dropped, bro. He dropped. Who else? We got Flash Hunkani dropped. So, yo, man, the hip hop scene at this point is like going crazy. Like people are just dropping. I also saw Zushi Coke Dope is on works on dropping a new project also. So the hip hop scene at this point. I saw Quelas also drop something. I'm not sure, is it an album, is it an EP, but I saw they drop something and they're going crazy. Hey, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I've been following up on that. And
who did you listen to?
So far, I've only had the opportunity to listen to Shane Eagle.
Fair.
Yeah, I haven't heard K Kid's project yet. I haven't heard Frank's project yet, and hopefully I'm excited for Stocky T's project.
Alright.
And well, one of the reasons why I'm actually excited is because of Stocky T, and then the next reason why I'm excited is Stocky T is the first person in South Africa to get a Reese and Nasty C on one song. Yeah. So I'm excited for that, man. It's called the Four Horsemen. With Mugs.
Yeah, I just want to say shout out to the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, you know, and Jack Riley. I'm just joking, yeah, but like, yeah, some of them I don't know them, but shout out to them. Those are the original Four Horsemen.
Yeah. Oh man. So with that, that's with the hip hop scene that's going on. I'm sure there's more that's going on. You guys can engage with us. Let us know in the comment section who dropped, who you've been listening to, who's your favorite artist at this point, who you're looking forward to, who's dropping, and yeah, man.
Yeah, man. On my side, I was listening to Amachita. So Amachita, I drop healing. You know the Austins. I'm sure you guys saw them in our previous episode, the one that we were having that listening session. So the Austins dropped mad. Both of the Austins, Austin Foreign and Austin Powers. So together, my Austin, yeah. Yeah, man, they dropped mad. They dropped Easy Inja as well. So those were out on the social media platforms as well. So I was just checking that out, and I feel like it is dope, especially Mad. For me personally, my favorite song is Mad. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, man, this is just Propile, and I was listening to Must Be the Mob, exactly, because we had went to their listening session. So after the listening session, really, I did a follow up on their music, and they also said that they're dropping this November/December Sange Nanjabo. In the mood of being outside, the kids are dropping, and they're also gonna be outside. So guys, please do show some love. Since our job is to plug our people, this is that plug for our people, guys. I'm connecting. Right, guys, we all know from 2026 South Africa say qualify, like we've been saying, and we're gonna continue saying. But we are going to the United States of America for the World Cup, and I'm so excited. I do not wanna lie, like I am super excited.
Super excited, man. Well done to South Africa for qualifying for the World Cup. Did you see that FIFA had to actually delete the recent poster of the FIFA that they posted because of they didn't include Ronaldo on the poster, and fans went out there in numbers and they backlashed FIFA. So they had to like renew the poster. And well, the new poster seems a bit different, but like I don't think fans are satisfied with that. Can someone give us, Frisco, can you give us more information on that? Please?
Well, honestly, I don't know anything about that, but what I can tell you is good very Cristiano and FIFA have been having this battle for years. They've never liked Cristiano and FIFA. You know, especially from when I knew of FIFA first time. When Sepp Blatter was still the president of FIFA, yes, there were still those controversies. But you know, they don't want Cristiano. Again, maybe it's based on the fact that Cristiano, he knows what he is a brand. So in most cases, he decides. You get to see when it's World Cups and whatnot. Gubanama sponsorship like the Coca-Cola still. Cristiano will take them out. He doesn't support those type of things, you know. So I think. As well as those things are also a factor to this, you know. FIFA, yes, and if FIFA has always loved Messi, and since Messi has won the World Cup, now huge. They want to use that competition thing, you know, with the Kendrick Lamar and the Drake thing happening in the US. So everything is connected to the United States. They want to use it that way. Hence, I believe that's why they using Messi in particular for posters and whatnot.
That's the face.
He's actually the poster boy, no pun intended. But for instance, FIFA, you know, they actually wanted to make it a competition with Portugal versus Argentina, meaning Messi versus Cristiano. And imagine if that would happen next year in the finals. Being Portugal and Argentina. It would be one of the most great one. Okay, yes, the 2022 World Cup was the greatest in terms of the match. Like the final was great because Mbappe, Messi, everybody delivered. But this one will be the most remembered and most watched should Portugal and Argentina end up in the final. So that's why.
Honestly, South Africa in the finals, that's what I'm going to say. I hope Bafana is going to represent and become the, what is it, Matota. What is Matota because they got us there.
And they did so well.
Yeah.
They did super well, and I hope that they're going to keep the enthusiasm.
Yeah, man.
Keep going, make us proud out there.
Okay.
Yeah, and speaking of Matota, Umbogazi was signed for one of the highest. The country breaking, breaking record for 51 million rands. Okay, Mr. Frisco, please give us the tea on that.
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations, but I would think no more than that. I'm a little bit disappointed because I feel like Umbogazi is an EPL type of guy. He should be playing in England, you know. His development skills should be there in England or maybe Spain. You know, those prominent leagues, or maybe Serie A, who knows? Because Umbogazi, with his style of play and his mindset, he does fit in those leagues, you know. And those United States leagues, yes, it's a good. Major League Soccer is a great league, but I feel like it's a league whereby if people wanna slow down, relax, retire, they go there in most cases, you know. Not to say value people want to retire, go there, but like it's mainly players formed in that particular term, you know. Just like how the leagues in Saudi are, you know. So Umbogazi is 19 years of age, and Umbogazi has also led the Pirates, you know, as a captain, and has led the South Africa as a captain as well. Imagine if he was to play for maybe a Sutherland, maybe, or maybe a Everton, starting up, but it's an EPL team, you know, be in English Premier League. Because I remember, Upeni McCarthy started with Porto, right? He went to Porto, and Mourinho was the coach around the time, and they ended up winning the UEFA. Wow! So Upeni ended up going to about Blackburn Rovers in the UK. You know, made his name. Now he's prominent, and now Man United
also
took him back, and he was so they are fond with them because they know soccer and how it is in those leagues. So
I wanted to ask, so how does it work? How does it work? Does the player decide which club, or does the club come from? How does the whole thing work in terms of the player going to a club? How does it work?
Well, it works with agencies. A player does have an agency. An agency will always have to scout for a team, and not only a scout for a team. Teams do scout for players as well.
Yes, it's not only agencies, even the team. Okay, we have this scenario is Apolis. There's this guy Apolis. Kaizer Chiefs wanted to buy that guy, but then Pulukwane City, the team said, Yazini, we can't sell this guy to Kaizer Chiefs. So also it goes with the chairman of the team, if ever is this guy in good terms with the team in terms of transfers and all that. But even the agent has a say because he's the one who represents you.
So the reason I'm asking is because I'm thinking, if ever the decision was maybe from the player, he would have obviously chosen a better team or a better league, I guess.
Yeah, but it depends with the teams as well, which team wants you at that moment, because you need to you need to assert yourself, Guti. Maybe if I can go to the US and play good there and become maybe, because Umbogazi is a defender. Maybe
Umbogazi at this point, which team got him now?
It's Chicago Fires. It's one of the big teams in the USA.
From where?
From Shuttown, from Chicago.
As long as there, Baba. I thought he's maybe.
No, guys, we understand that, but now let's not focus on the money. Let's focus on. You see that?
No. I'm not focusing on the money. I mean, like, this is, for me, I'm seeing it as this is a debut for him. So now the other teams and the other managements in the league and stuff would be able to see him.
Yes, much.
So and it's still what 19.
So you know what's good about it, Nakona? What's good is that the World Cup is taking place in the United States.
That's my point. Because it would have been harder for the other teams to actually see him if he was still playing in South Africa. So it's a step in the right direction. Even though we do agree that maybe he deserves more. Obviously, he's a great player. He deserves more. But I think it's a step in the right direction, and eventually he'll get what he deserves.
Still in the world of sport, Russia wants to host the World Cup for the non-qualified during the 2026 World Cup.
How does that work?
So the RFU is working on an expected yet strategy idea, organizing a parallel tournament during the 2026 World Cup. exclusively for teams that failed to qualify. The proposal, which already circulates in international media, aims to reposition Russia on the global competitive map following its sporting sanctions. So the teams that are selected is Russia, Serbia, Greece, Chile, Peru, Venezuela, Nigeria, Cameroon, and China. So even Cristiano Ronaldo supports this thing, even though he's not part of it, Antola. But hey, I find it.
Why are
It's
they hosting
skeptical.
it?
You
Why
know
are
why?
they hosting it exactly the same time?
Can I
when
tell you why?
they hold like
Russia is banned from international soccer.
why?
Yeah, since
because of
2022. Yeah.
I remember because of the war type of
Yes, because of the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So Russia, as much as they can try to counterpart the World Cup, it will not succeed because the World Cup is the biggest in the world, the biggest competition in the world. So you can't counterpart that.
And then I don't understand. So if you don't qualify for the World Cup and then okay, you're gonna qualify for whatever this thing is, the entire World Cup, let me just call it Tola, and then you win, what are you getting?
You might get prices still, but there are no price. The prices are not the same as World Cup.
Nah, I don't even think you'll get recognition as much.
You will, because if they're gonna constitute this thing.
It's like giving a loser an award.
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone who, to be honest, it kind of like doesn't really make sense. Because everyone had a fair trial, young Tola. Those who lost, they lost. Those who won, they won. You're gonna get to see them World Cup. So Goku is like, sus, man. But we see you.
Let's jump the topic.
Do we have anything in cricket going on? Because I saw India or something.
Yes, South Africa and India were playing today.
South Africa and India are playing a test series.
Yeah, I did see.
South Africa is there. The Proteas are there for a T20 tournament, ODI tournament, and a test tournament, which is happening right now.
When is the T20 World Cup taking place, man?
I'm not sure about that, but yes, South Africa they batted very well. They batted for they posted a score of 489.
Oh, nice one.
That was first inning. So now India is currently batting.
So they have to top up that score.
Yeah, top up the score. From there, South Africa, it's up to them if ever they're gonna top it up. Then South Africa will come back and bat second innings. If that doesn't happen, they get they take them all out before they reach the score.
So they get disqualified.
No, not really. South Africa will win with the inning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to the cricket ones. I want to talk about wrestling right now.
Yes.
Wrestling.
Yeah, I want to talk about
Yeah, come with it, bro.
Yeah, shout out to WWE. Okay, so
SmackDown, Raw, yes, go.
So as you know, this past week, Cena, John Cena. Yes, for those who don't know him.
You can't see me.
Yeah, so John Cena had his final Raw, his final appearance on WWE Raw ever.
Yeah.
Last Monday, he was actually tagging along Sheamus and Rey Mysterio against Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and JD McDonough. For a triple threat, six-tag match, and they won. But it was the final match that John Cena had on WWE Raw, on a weekly episodic program. And it was in one of the most famous arenas in the world, Madison Square Garden. It took place in New York. That's like WWE territory. So man, he had that final showdown at Raw. Of course, he's still holding the Intercontinental Championship because he won it from Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio's son. So now he's gonna face him at Survivor Series this coming Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Is that his last match?
No, that's a match that they have to
For the title.
for the Intercontinental title at Survivor Series this coming Sunday. Yes, on the PLE. So but his final match is gonna take place at the Saturday night main event. It's taking place on December the 13th. So there's a tournament that's taking place around both SmackDown, Raw, and now it's also taking place at NXT.
Okay, nice.
Whoever is to win will have the final face down against John Cena on the 13th of December at the WWE Saturday main event.
I feel like John Cena was cool. Bro, like he's been there. So for him to retire, I feel like yes,
That's bad.
Yo, bro, like he's been there. Like even like recently, I was watching wrestling. Right, I was like, John Cena is still playing. I was like, I was surprised. I was spooked. Nah, I must still like these guys out.
Hey, they've been there, but yo, man. John
Big shout out,
Cena, bro, that guy was one of my favorites, bro. John Cena, Eddie Guerrero, Undertaker, yo, man, like the matches that they were unstoppable, bro. Like they were really making. When it's time for wrestling, you know, when people are jumping out of the showers, everyone is in front of the TV.
Yeah, we all know. It's like family time. Wrestling time was family time. Surprisingly so.
I have a question though, Jay.
Yeah.
Frisco, since it seems like you're still watching wrestling. Yo, I haven't watched wrestling in a while.
I wanted to also ask.
Do you think wrestling still has the same impact it had back in the days?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, right now, wrestling. Okay, I'll speak on. Wrestling has certain companies. For us, who were just watching, growing up, we just thought WWE is the only wrestling company, right? Because that's what they were showing. But to learn more, WWE is the biggest, right? Yes. Yes, it's the biggest because it started with territories.
Okay.
Before the WWE, you know, with Vince McMahon Senior, Vince McMahon's father. Vincent K. McMahon's father. So it started with territories. Vince McMahon Sr. had the New York territory, and then there was the Jim Crockett territory in the South, and then there was the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance territory, you know. So, but NWA was the biggest.
Okay.
Yes, it's like the biggest organization.
Okay.
So yes, it started like that, but with TV having to emerge around the 70s, going into the 80s. Now there was cable network. So when Vince K. McMahon bought the company from his father, Vince McMahon Sr. in 1981, bought it with $1 million. Yeah, he changed the name from WWF to WWF. No, at first it was it was World Wrestling Federation first, and then cable networks, and then Vince started this thing of killing territories, because now people, let's say La Josie, this is our territory. Pretoria has its own territory, but now we're gonna start killing it with having cable, so that if people can watch it here, even in Pretoria can watch it. So that's how Vince became this mega power, because he killed territories and he ended up becoming the one. With cable network, because about USA network were emerging back then with about Ted Turner network. Ted Turner was the guy who ended up owning the competition with WWE, which was WCW.
Okay.
And
I remember WCW.
Yeah, he's the guy who actually owned the CNN.
Oh, I see.
So he took a whole. It's a long story. We're gonna talk about it guys more, but
I can hear the whole background.
The whole background.
What I'm trying to find out is, do you think wrestling still has that
the same impact?
It's like when we had back in the days.
Oh yes. Okay, when it comes to that, Mina, I would say no.
No.
It had that impact. I would say last year we had last year, because that was the first year of the Paul Levesque era, Paul Levesque / Triple H.
Oh yeah.
So that was the first time that Paul Vele was in office, like active in office after.
And he's been in they've been preparing him really to take office.
So like now he was part of the like creative team and whatnot. And last year it was successful because sponsorships as well. Even I'm not gonna talk about business wise, because when they talk about this now, they talk about the stakes and whatnot. So one thing I can tell you, Guti, wrestling was exciting around the PG era of 2012, 2014, and then it took a back flip around 2012, 2015, and then 2016 it was and then 2018 to 2020 I would say was the peak, and then 2021 it took a turn, and then from 2022 up until 2024 it was on its rise, because last year was one of the greatest years that they had. The company really was with its stake. The company was sitting at the top because it has.
So it grew.
It had just been bought from Movins to TKO. TKO is a group holding. The same group holding that also bought UFC.
Oh, nice.
That makes sense.
Abo Ariel Abo.
Does make sense because UFC there is a competitive sport.
And then these guys, they also go and about the likes of Brock Lesnar.
So now the problem with wrestling, wrestling it was good, but Manje, the problem is that since the TKO has taken over, sponsorships are now involved almost in everything. You get to see, like, even in the ring, the sacred ring itself, the mat now has sponsorships written all over it. It doesn't. It's not sacred anymore. It's not that. It's not white.
It's not white anymore.
Boxing, so boxing boxing is more out there when it comes to sponsorships.
It is boxing now, because even around very outside, even around very the term the buckles they around the rings, there are sponsorships like all over, bro. You get to find the value with the prime bottles being there all the time, because Logan Paul is also signed under WWE, it's like there are a lot of sponsorships, bro. Like Genze Naguti, in a match you get over 5 pop-ups taking place in a match. With Vince that never happened, bro. Like Vince was all about like
the entertainment
and family oriented show. And now tickets are the ticket prices are high, because if you were to see ticket prices for next year's WrestleMania, you would be shocked.
But I'm surprised wrestling is still in demand, bro.
To be honest, yes, there's something I really wanted to say, because us growing up, like, it's okay, Mama can't say WrestleMania or SummerSlam, whatever it is, like, you would be there on that couch, you make sure at this time you were saying and everything. But like nowadays, I feel like, man, it's no longer, it doesn't have that same value as before. Like people, I feel like us, as even though we used to watch it, but like now we no longer have that drive or what's playing today or who's playing today, that kind of vibe.
I think it's because they act so much these days. Back in the day it was a bit. It was a bit, but now it's the acting too much. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a great time giving you guys some plugs. Please subscribe. Please hit us up in the comments. And man, stay tuned for our next episode. And don't forget, PMP.
If you don't plug, it doesn't connect. That's all.
See you next time.
If you don't plug,
don't connect.
that's all.